Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving deep into Palantir's artificial intelligence platform, or AIP for short. We're looking at how it's completely transforming AI from, just a fun conversational tool into a literal powerhouse engine, one that actually executes complex enterprise operations.
Let's just address the elephant in the room right off the bat, shall we? Over 70% of large enterprises out there currently have some form of AI in production. But here's the catch. A standard chatbot absolutely cannot safely automate your complex business workflows. No way. But why is that exactly?
Well, it really comes down to their fundamental purpose. Think about standard large language models. They essentially just give advice. They generate text based on huge pools of generic data. Palantir's AIP, on the other hand, it connects directly to your secure core systems to take real, verifiable actions. So it doesn't just tell you what you might want to do, it actually executes the workflow itself. Always with human oversight, of course.
Here's our roadmap for today. First up, moving AI from experiment to production. Second, the ontology foundation. Third, the 12 core capabilities. Fourth, we'll look at operational efficiency. And finally, the future of safe automation.
All right, Section 1, AI from experiment to production.
As Palantir's leadership points out, and this is a crucial insight, the market is rapidly splitting into two very distinct groups. You've got companies actually leveraging AI for real execution on one side, and then those left behind, just sort of struggling with generic tools on the other. To unlock actual, tangible business value, you absolutely need a clear foundation to move past that initial testing phase. Moving on to Section 2, Decision Foundation, specifically the ontology.
Okay, so this brings us to the beating heart of Palantir's entire system. You see, AI gets incredibly confused by just raw rows and columns of data in a spreadsheet. But the ontology acts like a translator. It takes that raw data and turns it into real-world nouns. Think of things like a factory, a patient, or a supply chain, and pairs them with actionable verbs that both humans and AI can completely understand. It's a real game changer.
It's fascinating how the ontology acts as the perfect bridge here. Down at the bottom, you've got all your raw, messy, disparate data and AI models. Up at the top are the actual human and AI applications making things happen in the real world. The ontology sits right dead in the center, perfectly connecting these two completely different worlds.
And here is that exact decision-making mechanism in action. First, data is securely synced and mapped straight to the ontology. Then, AI agents come in, analyze the context, and make judgments. This leads directly to automated business actions, but, and this is absolutely key, always under careful, highly secure human oversight.
All right, Section 3, the 12 key features of AIP. To make this a bit more digestible, we can see these 12 platform features fall into 3 clear buckets. First, you have the secure integration of foundation models, things like Llama or GPT. Second is full DevOps deployment environments. And finally, strict governance to safely automate those operations. The reality is, you absolutely need all 3 of these pillars for AI to act securely in an enterprise environment.
Think about the checkpoint process built into the system. It perfectly illustrates how purpose-based controls ensure that absolutely neither humans nor AI agents can leak personal or classified data. The system literally demands strict consent and a clear justification before any single action is authorized. No exceptions.
Let's head into Section 4, Overwhelming Efficiency Results.
Get this. Using Palantir's specialized AI agents, a highly complex SAP ERP migration, something that would typically take companies several years to finish, was completed in just 2 weeks. 2 weeks! It's an absolutely staggering compression of a traditional IT timeline.
Let's look at healthcare. Sampo Care integrated their resident vitals and staff shifts straight into the ontology. This allowed for vastly better preventative care, and get this, it drove a massive $60 million profit improvement over just 3 years. $60 million! And over in the financial sector, a major global bank used AIP to completely revamp their transaction monitoring. The result? They resolved anti-money laundering alerts 60% faster, while simultaneously cutting related costs by a whopping 90%. That is a massive operational shift.
Finally,
Section 5. The future of safe automation.
So just to summarize everything we've covered today, AIP is essentially the ultimate logic layer. It bridges that huge gap between raw data, standard language models, and actual enterprise automation. It takes AI from just, talking and generating text to safely, securely, and verifiably acting in the real world. So, as you consider the future of your own organization's operations, I'll leave you with this thought to ponder. Is your enterprise AI just a conversational novelty, or is it actually ready to execute and take action? Thanks so much for joining us for this explainer.